Being a resident of Arizona, one of my all-time favorite hunts of the year happens in January. When most of the country is hibernating under a blanket of snow, Arizona bow hunters are down here chasing rutting bucks around the desert and in beautiful weather to boot. We can pursue both mule deer and Coues deer with the same tag. For a bow hunter, I'd describe it as a winter wonderland. It's a hunt that I lust for every year. Along for the ride was my buddy Gabe. This would be his first backpack hunt ever. Both of us had tags, and both of us were more than eager to shoulder our packs and go live in Coues country for a stretch. We just saw our first deer of the trip. We're like 100 yards from our camp, and a deer popped up that was bedded right there, so that's a good sign. Oh man, been hiking for a couple hours. This is actually Gabe's first backpack hunt, so pretty exciting. Getting back in here, show him backcountry hunting. It looks incredible what we're looking at right now. Can't wait to cut the glass loose in here.
It's endless.
Yeah.
It's just endless.
It's like endless Coues country. We both got pig tags too, so we're gonna keep an eye out for those little buggers. We're here. Heck yeah. Alright, we are officially in camp. Got everything set up. Found this nice little flat spot underneath these junipers right here, so it worked out pretty well. Gabe's got his spike tent, his Nemo spike tent over here behind me, and I've got my Hornet right here, so it's like 2 o'clock right now, so we're just gonna relax a little bit. Make some coffee, and then we are surrounded by absolutely beautiful Coues deer country. We both have javelina tags too, like I said, so we jumped that deer on the way in, which was freaking awesome, like literally like right where we were gonna camp, so it's a good sign. Saw a bunch of deer sign on the way in, but yeah, so pumped to be back here. 2021 hunting season has officially started. After getting camp set up that first evening, we made it over to a glassing knob a stone's throw away from our shelters. We started spotting deer instantly. It's amazing what you'll see sitting in front of you if you just bother to look. A small buck took Gabe on a spur-of-the-moment mad dash stalk before sundown. While he may have come up empty-handed there, we knew two things. We were in the deer and couldn't wait to see what else was lurking around the area in the morning. Alright, first night back in here. Man, we saw quite a few deer tonight. And Gabe went on that stalk, and he actually saw some deer that I didn't even know were there, so that's good. They blew out, but tomorrow's a new day. It's good that we're seeing deer. We smelled some javelina today, so that's awesome. They should be around somewhere. But yeah, other than that, super pumped to be back here, and can't wait to see what tomorrow holds. Tomorrow's a new day, you know. So gonna get some sleep, and can't wait to get behind the glass tomorrow morning. How was your first night of sleeping in the backcountry, Gabe?
Not terrible. I slept pretty good. Yeah, I went to bed a little cold, but I tell you, the hand warmers kind of kicked in about an hour after I popped them, and I actually started getting kind of sweaty. So
yeah,
I mean, if that's my worst thing, is I was sweaty in the middle of winter time. Yeah, it was pretty good.
It's a good problem to have.
Yeah, exactly. No, it was pretty good. Being out in the backcountry is no excuse not to enjoy your food.
Breakfast tacos.
Yeah, man. I strongly encourage it.
Okay, we spotted a really big buck right over this way. He's alone. He's just kind of moseying around on the hill. I'm gonna bomb down, get up, try to get above him, and see if I can head this deer off. Man, it's a really nice deer. Man, look, what an awesome buck. I was able to relocate him, but I got to about 200 yards, and he never knew I was there, never spooked, but he just was kind of feeding away from me, so I kept trying to go over ridge over ridge to keep trying to find him, and I lost him. But on the way, I've seen so many other deer does, so there's a bunch of deer around. This is super awesome. I'm gonna get up and try to relocate him on another one. Alright, back up at the glassing spot. Man, it's so crazy. Like, I saw so many different groups of deer that Gabe didn't see, but then Gabe saw like 2 other bucks that I didn't even know were there around the area that had does with them. You know, there's like literally deer everywhere. So, man, you know, an arrow didn't fly, but that's kind of how this hunting goes, you know what I mean? Like, that big buck, he just kind of meandered off. He never ran, spooked, anything like that, so that's a good sign. So he should still be in this area somewhere, and hopefully we can relocate him, or like or another big one. Gabe is in the camp of if it's brown, it's down.
Yeah.
If it has antlers, so
yeah.
There's a good amount of deer in here, man. First morning too. We got some days ahead of us, so hopefully we can put something together. Our first morning in this new spot turned out great. No shots were fired, but we saw plenty of deer roaming around, and I got to stalk that buck. After relaxing for a bit and letting the sun move overhead, we decided to make our way over to where we could glass for bedded deer in the shade. Upon our arrival, things went from 0 to 60 as I spotted a buck moving our way into a perfect position for me to ambush him. Sometimes stuff just works out, and this was one of those times. I don't know what just happened. We were coming over here to glass this new area, pop up over this ridge, and I see a buck coming up over the ridge, and he was like hobbling, and he looked like a decent buck. He starts going this way, and I have this hill right here, so I went around and used this hill. I get around this way, and all of a sudden the deer's at 20 yards right next to me, right by this juniper, and he's broadside, and I just shot him. Like, that was like 0 to 60, man. Like, he took off like a freaking, like we smacked him on the butt, man. I just shot him right here. It sounded like a lung hit. I heard him when I shot, and he just freaking booked it this way and went over into these thick trees over here. So I don't even know what to say. I'm like, so gnarly, man. Oh my goodness, I love bow hunting. Found my arrow right here. It traveled probably 50 yards past the deer, went down in here and is in a tree right in there. So we'll get this out. Oh, there we go. Oh, covered. There she is. Freaking day 6 Evo. Alright, we got the arrow. It's completely covered from tip to tip in blood. It's bright blood. It looks great. It probably traveled like 50 yards down the hill past the deer into a tree, so that was freaking awesome to find it like that. Gabe said he saw the deer fall down right over here on the hill, so gosh, that happened so fast. Can't believe it. Let's go get this deer. Finding success year after year with a bow in the West is just right out tough. Trying to do so will tear one down in more ways than one, as well as lift one up beyond comprehension. It's a roller coaster of a journey, but one I'm happy to embrace and roll with the punches. Some of those punches hit me pretty hard earlier in the season. I can still feel the bruises. Being able to take one of my favorite animals with my favorite type of weapon in my favorite style, that is backpack hunting, is a form of gratitude that sits deep in my heart. And to do it with a great friend by my side the whole time, introducing him to one of my ultimate passions, that was truly special. The gray ghost will always haunt me, and I will always welcome